Time now for First Alert Weather with meteorologist Rob Nucatola.
All right, let's get started this morning. A little different feel out there again. Yesterday it was a little warmer than the day before. Today, a little warmer still. Got some spots starting near 70. I expect those daytime highs in the mid-80s like we saw yesterday. So I don't think we're talking record highs this afternoon, but still warmer than it's supposed to be. Normal highs this time of year are supposed to be in the upper 70s. And then overnight tonight into tomorrow, depending on that cloud cover, probably going to keep those temperatures way up in the 60s again. So we're starting warm, we're staying warm, and this is going to continue. Not a whole lot going on satellite radar composite style around here. We do see just a couple of sprinkles trying to make their way across the I-95 corridor. A couple tried to get to the I-75 corridor yesterday. Those east breezes and a little bit of moisture trying really hard. That cloud cover that we're seeing in spots this morning, it is helping to keep those temperatures up. Look at the 70s for Tallahassee, for Thomasville, and for Valdosta. There is a decent breeze out there. We've got those dew point numbers in the upper 60s. It definitely doesn't feel like the second to last day of October outside. Camilla, we're at 72. Apalachicola, we're at 73. Even the cooler spots like Blakely and Tifton, we're talking 66, so way warmer than it's supposed to be, and it's going to stay that way. The breeze will continue to come in from the east today, and it will continue to be noticeable. We're not going to call it windy or anything, but it's doing a pretty good job of stirring things up, so we're not seeing any real thick fog yet this morning. Most visibility numbers better than 6 miles. Now, across the eastern third of the country, still awfully quiet. There is out across the middle this next boundary, the leading edge, much cooler air that's going to try to make its way from west to east across the United States. I still don't think this boundary is ever going to get down here. Instead, high pressure both at the surface to our north and in the upper part of the atmosphere all over the place is going to continue to keep us pretty clear, pretty dry. Those clouds moving in from the east will try with some Atlantic moisture, but that's probably the only thing we're looking at here. So as this boundary slowly makes its progress east, we'll hear about some big storm potential across the middle of the country, but a lot of that's going to weaken and fizzle before it gets anywhere near our part of the southeast. The main energy with it's going off to the north. Speaking about main energy, I don't see any out across the Atlantic. We got a couple of spots where there's a little bit of color out there in the central and northern Atlantic, maybe some showers, maybe over here in the southern Caribbean. Again, maybe some showers, but that's it. Nothing that looks like it's taking shape or getting better organized. And those computers are still hinting at that maybe over the next week about a 40% chance of some development, but we haven't seen much get going just yet. We'll continue to watch. Remember, the Atlantic hurricane season goes all the way until the end of next month. On the Gulf today, a little bit breezy at times. Winds out of the east 8 to 18 and seas 2 to 4 feet. We'll go with a moderate chop in the protected waters. Partly cloudy in spots, becoming a little bit more mostly clear later on. 60s and 70s for temperatures. Sun comes up at 7:51, by the way. This afternoon, mid-80s, more sunshine. I'll leave that very small chance for a couple of isolated sprinkles over towards the I-75 corridor in the Bix. Most of us aren't going to get wet. Most of us are going to continue with the very warm and very dry. We'll go with mostly clear skies tonight and low 60s for overnight temperatures. Here's that 7-day forecast. It's a good looking Halloween forecast, maybe a little bit on the warm side, but as we get to 6, 7, 8 p.m. and the sun's going down, those temperatures will be falling from the 80s back to the 70s, so it should be real pleasant. Friday, Saturday, Sunday looking excellent for all the outdoor plans for whatever you've got in store this weekend. And don't forget, this is the weekend that we turn those clocks back.